Okay, hello everyone. A very big warm welcome to this session today. It's about generative AI for product owners. This session is going to be all about AI-driven value development and delivery for product owners by our expert, Mr. Hitesh Motwani. My name is Hitika Handa, and I'll be your host for today's session. We are super excited to dive into today's session with you all. I see a lot of you have already introduced yourself in the chat box. For the remaining of you, please do so before we begin the actual session. I think this is a great way for us to connect, and it's always fascinating to see the diversity of our global audience. In the interim, allow me to do some brand endorsement, because why not? Team, can we move on to the next slide, please? Okay, upGrad KnowledgeHut is a global edtech company equipping the world's workforce with the skills of the future via outcome-based immersive learning. We are a trusted skills transformation partner to over 4,500 organizations across 100 plus countries. upGrad KnowledgeHut is the skills solution provider that organizations and individuals count on to innovate faster and accelerate both career and business growth. Now, before we get into this intensive hands-on session, let's have a quick poll. Can we move on to the next slide, team? Okay. I would request you all to please scan this QR code. As a product owner or a product manager, what's the one biggest challenge that, if solved, would most significantly boost your work efficiency? Respond with a single word. Please use the scanner, scan this QR code given, and please answer this question. Okay, please use the QR scanner as a product owner or a product manager. What's the one biggest challenge that, if solved, would most significantly boost your work efficiency? Okay, team, can we have the results, please? I see of your responses in the chat box. I hope all of you have actually pinged on the poll itself. Okay, while we check the results, let's finally get to know our speaker for today, Mr. Hitesh Motwani. He's a seasoned AI and digital marketing expert. He's worked with Ogilvy, handled Twitter account for India. He's handled clients such as Tata Group, Ratan Tata and Mahindra, trained over 2 lakh plus participants, trained Vietnamese government and building AI hub, trained firms like Google and Microsoft, and finally trained over 400 plus corporates. It's highly impressive profile, Hitesh. I won't take much of your time, but just a few instructions for our audience today. I would request all of you to put your questions in the chat box, and we will be addressing them towards the end of this session. I would also request all of you to stick till the end of the session to receive some amazing offers and webinar completion certificates. Also, this session is getting recorded and the recording will be shared with those who stay until the end. Well, over to you, Hitesh.
Thank you, Hitika, and thank you so much for that introduction. Hi, everybody. A very, very warm welcome. In case you can hear me loud and clear, give me a quick yes on chat box. Right, so we're going to keep this session extremely interactive, and we also want you to basically be interacting with me. All right, and most importantly, we're going to see a lot of hands-on activities. So to follow me, what I've done to make life a little easier for all of you, I'm just going to paste a link in the chat box. You might have to just type it out because you really can't copy stuff, to be very honest, from Zoom. So just copy this link and you keep it handy with you so that whatever prompts I type and whatever things I do actively, you can also try it with me. All right. So with that note, first of all, a very, very warm welcome to all of you. And thank you so much for having me over here. It's really a pleasure to be among all of you right now. And let me just put some ground rules for this webinar that we have for about, I'm speaking for about close to an hour over here. And these are we got some couple of ground rules. Number one, okay, is that the session is going to be completely hands-on, which means that, it's not just about me speaking. You also have to do things with me, right? It's going to be a completely hands-on session. So please stay tuned for that. Number two, take notes because you might remember something now but forget something later. So please take notes. And number three, ask me questions. The more questions you ask me, the better it is. So please ask me questions. All right. So with that note, let's actually begin. Let's understand things a little bit more from a generative AI perspective, right? Now, what I want to understand over here is that how many guys over here, I'm going to divide people into three buckets according to me. Okay, the first bucket is where people who are currently using ChatGPT or any generative AI tool, but using it from purely communication perspective. You just like, do emails, reports, this kind of stuff. Second are those kind of people who essentially know, how to write good prompts and you actually use it today more from your functional use cases perspective. And number three are those people who do very advanced stuff. Like, for example, you actually do data analysis. You basically do like a lot of, analytical work, strategic work with these AI tools right now. So three kind of people. One, who use AI tools today, but don't use it as much. They just use it from a very basic standpoint. Number two, you use it in your functional area. And number three, you're like a pro level expert in this. So just give me a one, two, three on the chat box, depending what you do right now, right? So if you're level one, just give me one. If you're not level two, give me a level two. If you're doing level three, give me a quick level three. I think most of you are between level one and two right now, which is great, right? And don't worry, but we'll probably try to make it like a level three by the end of the session today. So with that note, let's begin. Let's understand a little bit more about the world of generative AI and how does it really work essentially. So, you know, the biggest thing about generative AI today is that generative AI primarily can help you with one large thing, which is basically increasing your productivity. So whatever job you do today, which probably takes you like just probably a couple of hours, it can probably take you like a couple of minutes. Right? And that's one of the biggest promise that generative AI typically makes for you. So just to give you like a perspective, you know, so recently I was just simply working on some project, and I was trying to like build a simple AI tool for for myself, which actually helped me to automate my work. Let me see. Let me just probably like put it together and let me just see how many guys currently over here can guess how much time did this kind of a tool must have taken. Just give me a second. Yeah, here we go. All right. So I'll just give you some little bit of idea. Let me just stop my screen share. Just give me a second. Let me just load my website first. And then I'm going to ask you something. Okay. I'm going to ask you um about this. And then I wanted to just make a wild guess. I just wanted to make a wild guess on how much time do you think this kind of a tool I'm going to show you must have taken for me right now. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Let's just load. Okay. So I'm going to load a tool. This tool is I'm still in making. It's not completely built yet, but it's like a first prototype which I've built. This tool is called SlideMind. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to automate a lot of the mundane presentation work we do. You see this with our website right now with pricing, with functionality and everything functions over here currently, right? It's still in beta mode, but everything functions right now. And you can actually like build an entire presentation with AI. You can put your template up and you can build a presentation with AI. But still it's not perfect yet, but sure do the job for you. Do you want to make a wild guess? This entire thing which you just see in front of you currently, right? And if I go in and log in, how much time do you think this tool must have taken to build, which you just see in front of you right now? All right. How much time do you think this entire project that I'm showing you right now must have taken? Give me a wild guess. If you have to make this product all by yourself, AI powered presentation, you basically keep a topic over here, and moment you give a topic, you just press enter over here. It'll simply like make an entire site for you using AI. This is a completely AI tool built from scratch. How much time would this kind of a project actually take? Give me a wild guess. Give me a number. Okay, 1 hour, 2 years. So it doesn't really take that. That's it is not like about 1 or 2 hours to be very honest. Usually it'll take anywhere between I would say 2 to 3 weeks because it's all AI powered and all. But with generative AI, okay, this kind of tool can actually be built in approximately 4 to 5 hours. So whatever job probably your entire team and this if you do it professionally, you make a proper UX UI, build features, build product roadmap, do backlogs, do risk management, entire thing end to end. It might take multiple people and or everybody together will still take about 2 3 weeks to kind of build something like this. But with generative AI, this entire thing which you see in front of you, by the way, was built in approximately 3 hours by a single person. And that, my friends, is the true power of generative AI. Generative AI can actually automate your work to a large extent. And my attempt over here is to show you some open source tools which can help you do that. Right. So when we look at any kind of AI today, okay, technically, I look at AI from I look at AI from two things, from two perspectives right now. That AI plus something, AI plus X something essentially helps you to be more productive. Now, what I want to understand is what do you think? What is that X over here? What is that X factor which will help you to be more productive? I want you to make a wild guess in the chat box. Can you just give me quickly in the chat? What do you think? AI plus what can help you to become a superpower in this world? Prompts, okay. Skills, correct prompts, okay. No, prompts is another answer actually. Tools, no, it's not tools. Logic, very good. Logic is one good thing that you need, Ryan. Good job. Okay. Automation, not really. Something else. Something else that you need, which actually help you to look at it. LLMs, no. LLM is AI only, right? So, okay. The answer over here is very simple. It's all of you over here. It is the HI, the human intelligence. In the accounting world, we have this very interesting concept. We call this FIFO. It's called first in, first out, right? But in the AI world, we have a concept called GIGO. It's called garbage in or garbage out, or great input equal great output. The question is, what are you? Are you able to give garbage inputs or are you able to give great inputs? The G depends upon you. And AI alone cannot do this particular job, to be very honest. AI requires understanding of context. It requires intelligence of a human being today. So we have to guide the AI to build something meaningful for us. If we are not able to guide AI is as dumb as anybody else. But if you're able to guide AI and your skill with AI can become a powerhouse. So it's AI plus HI that will help you to be more productive in nature, right? So give me a HI on chat box and give you for this absolutely in your head that without your support, without you being the X factor, AI is nothing. It can help you with anything actually, right? Are we clear, everybody, so far? Yeah, give me a quick yes on chat box and we are very clear about this till now. All right, fantastic. Let's move ahead, right? So imagine a world today where teams today are spending 80% of their times on strategic decisions rather than mundane tasks. This statement would have been a hyperbole, but today the statement has become a reality. If anybody really wants, they can actually automate most of their work with AI. They can understand the brief better. They can understand the client better. They can actually build a prototype faster. They can do things at lightning speed, which we never ever have even imagined so far. And that is the true beauty about AI. You see, everything around us is changing today. Look at manufacturing. Earlier, everything was manual, but today everything has become, through robotics and machinery. You look at your shopping behavior. People's shopping behavior is changing. Like in India, for example, I can actually get a gold coin to basically a dress for a wedding in about 10 minutes at my doorstep. Right? So from cars to cow dung, everything is available on your mobile phone, right? Also, people today are more digital savvy than previous, right? They essentially want to use digital tools. They want convenience. So today we're living in a world where cars are driven by AI, movie recommendations are given by AI, and even investment decisions are made by AI. So the question is, why not our work? Why not what we do should also be done with AI, right? And that, my friends, is the biggest thing. The question is that what can I do with AI? What are the things that I can do with AI at this point in time, right? Let me kind of help you understand that. And what are the kind of things that we can do with AI? The first things first, you can do any kind of market research with AI. I can take up any kind of data. I can take up any kind of product. I can take two products of my choice and I can do an entire market research with it in a click of a button. I can start building buyer persona. I can build product roadmaps. I can basically perform any task as a product manager or a product owner, and I can get advice from AI. And I'm going to try to attempt that today. I'm going to basically, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you that how using generative AI at this point in time, I will be able to make things up and I'll be able to automate my work in a click of a button. So if you see generative AI, now what exactly is generative AI? Let's understand that for a time being. Generative AI is not something, it's not just chat GPT. A lot of people assume it's only chat GPT, not really. It's beyond chat GPT, right? So generative AI refers to a type of AI where it can generate any kind of data. It can be text, audio, video, and voice. Because generative AI is basically divided into four buckets: text, text to image, text to voice, and text to video, right? And this is what actually changing the entire game. Today, everybody is able to work 10x faster or do things much, much better because of only one and one thing. That's basically the speed of execution, right? So tomorrow's future is not behind those people who just have great ideas. You require ideas plus speed, and that's what really helps you to become a great product manager. So I can do product ideation, product management. I can start building something new from scratch, which is in my head today, and I can build a prototype. Even if I don't have a team of developers, I can still do it with AI at a lightning speed, and it can just blow up things. So AI is divided into two buckets ideally. One is called discriminative AI. So in the olden days, what used to happen is, let me show you like an example over here. What if I go to this thing called teachable machine? Teachable machine is like a website which can actually help you to build, AI models and vision. So imagine I want to simply build a model and I want to simply say with object, without object, right? I simply just take my webcam over here. Let me just switch on my camera over here. Okay. I simply take my bottle and I simply will just give some images to the AI tool. So I give some data to the AI tool right now, right? And I show given bottles in different directions. And second, I kind of give a simple image without anything right now. So I'm just gonna just give a simple camera. I'm just gonna move my hand over here, right? But I'm gonna give a couple of images of mine without anything right now. And I'm gonna train my model. So when I train my model, what I'm basically doing is I'm just telling him that I'm either with object or without object right now, right? And this is what we call as typically a traditional AI. So it's called discriminative AI. Why discriminative AI? Well, it can just discriminate between two things. Either I have something or don't have something. You can see right now, see I'm without object, I am with object, without object, with object, without object, with object, right? Because I just simply build a simple model doing so. So, all your mobile phones, all your security cameras, your attendance systems, for example, they are built on this technology, which is called machine learning or deep learning, and they basically are built on good neural networks. But generative AI, on the other hand, can not only just look at these things, but they can also make something absolutely new. To give an example to you, what if I go to Stable Diffusion Web right now, which is a tool which can actually help me to build images? I can simply come here, I can simply type over here a man wearing a, it's like an Indian man wearing a white shirt with spectacles, working on a PC, right? This is a prompt. I simply give a prompt over here, and now AI will be able to, make an image for me, which is so realistic that you can't even differentiate between a real life and human beings. Okay. So let me just copy this. Let me just put all these links on my Google Sheet so you can just copy it from here. This is the website for text to image. And this is the website for the tool that I just did for teachable machine. Okay, this is a tool for ML. Okay. People who want to make notes tool, all the tools will be given over here on the chat box for all of you. Okay, so don't really worry about it. And look at this guy. Look at the image. Can somebody even differentiate between reality and AI anymore? Yeah, pretty crazy, right? I mean, how many guys over here like, wow, it's like crazy, isn't it? And look at this, guys. Look at the image, right? And both the images, by the way, are completely AI generated. Pretty cool. Yeah, give me a good cool number science piece, super duper cool, right? Not only did I can also build like a prototype of products, I can also like brainstorm. Today morning, I was giving a session to a manufacturing company, and I suppose I want to build something like say futuristic version of industrial boilers, for example, right? So I can build a physical product, digital product. I can build some good, UI, UXs, website homepages, whatever I want. And actually, it's crazy, right? And you can see over here. Let me just probably show you some very interesting futuristic versions of industrial boilers. This doesn't look futuristic though, to be very honest. Okay, let me say as if it is 2050. Yeah, this is futuristic, right? So I made like a simple machine which is used for heating stuff with AI. And see, all these images are completely made from AI right now. This is your text to image. So today, what is generative AI? Generative AI typically is that kind of an AI which can build things for me which we have never ever seen, right? Can essentially do things for you drastically. So the discriminative AI can just discriminate models, and generative AI can make something absolutely new they've never seen before. Now, I hope this really made you understand what generative AI is all about. So generative AI can generate things for you. Now let's look at how do we take these ideas into product development and product management, and how can we use AI for the same at this point in time. Let's understand that. Okay. So first things first. Let us take that, we're going to take a common product, and this product I'm going to use throughout my session, and I'm going to give all the examples based on this product. So imagine that I'm going to make a digital wellness and a productivity app currently, and this is like a integrated mobile and web app that I want to use to track something called as productivity metrics, and people, are they happy in the workplace or not? Are they collaborating with their workers or not? Right? And I've got some ideas in my head where I want to use it for, I want to use this tool for gamified challenges. I want to basically have some virtual water cooler chats. I want to basically have some data analytics over here. And mostly I want to target this towards remote teams, HR departments, companies who essentially want to focus on employee wellness. So I've got a digital wellness application, and I'm going to use this application currently. And I want to build an entire product from scratch using AI. Let's see how do we do that. Okay. So first things first, I need to do something called as prompting, or I need to do something called as prompt engineering, right? And I'm going to first of all try to brainstorm, you know, if I can build something called as a feature list of this product. And after I build the feature list, what I want to also do is I also want to like then build a product vision, mission, and all that stuff. Let's try it out. I'm going to simply copy this stuff right now. Come to my chat GPT, and I'm going to simply give a prompt. I'm simply going to say that, okay, you know, I want you to help me with a comprehensive list of product features for an application idea of mine, which I am giving you a detailed outline the same. Please note that this is a rough sketch. What I'm looking at is if I can get a comprehensive feature list. You see, when I'm prompting, I'm treating the AI tool like a companion, like like a assistant to me. And you have then the biggest thing when you start using an AI tool is about context. The more context you give to the tool will become that smart. And if you do not give enough context to the tool, unfortunately, the AI will be lost. Will not be able to give things for you to that extent. And if you give it a context, you simply give your product details. I just pasted the stuff which I got from the briefs that I put together. I press enter. And now AI will actually give me a detailed feature list, and something that I must have never even thought about. So it gives me, first of all, we should have a automate time tracking, smart work session planner, Pomodoro timer. Pomodoro is like a technique where you kind of, tell 25 minutes of no distractions and you start keeping working on it. Task and goal management, daily, weekly check-ins, distraction alerts, calendar sync and scheduling. Then I've got digital wellness and mindfulness. I have mindful break reminders, guided meditation, screen time, overwork alerts, AI mood sentiment analysis, sleep and work-life balance insights. You see, as I'm able to get insights over here, which basically are comprehensive in nature. It's like a companion for me, and this companion is basically helping me to brainstorm and look at these things, to a large extent. And I could have also brainstormed the features as well, but I wouldn't have able to come up with so many features in short time compared to what AI is able to give it to me. And that's one of the best things about generative AI. It's like your co-pilot. It basically helps you to brainstorm, track, get a comprehensive feature list for you, and it's just and it's as good as the context or a prompt you give. If you give loose prompt, it's going to give loose output to you. If you give more contextual prompts, it's going to give more contextual output to you. Yeah. How many guys found this to be super cool? Give me a quick cool on chat box. They're able to give like a good amount of features, right? And they're to broken down some good categories for you at this point in time, right? Give me a quick cool if this to be super cool so far, right? This is basically the first thing that you should do. I'm going to put this prompt for you on chat box so that you can really understand how am I prompting it, right? So this is the prompt for feature list. Okay. For those who joined a little late, I'm just going to post a link back for all of you on the chat box. So what you guys can do is you guys can actually use this. You guys can simply use this link, and you should be able to simply take this simple prompt, and you can actually get things done for yourself. Okay, here we go. There's a link for all of you in chat box. You can just take up these links for yourself. Okay. All right, this is a feature list. Now let's take basically a feature list. Now what I want to do is I want to build my product vision and mission, right? I want to like simply put get it together. How do I do that? Now, when you are containing the same task for the same product, don't change your chat windows. Don't switch your chat windows. Because the moment you switch your chat windows, unfortunately, your AI will lose context. I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose context over here. I want to keep the context the same, right? So what I wish to do right now is I'm simply going to ask AI to, I'm simply say, okay, can you now, you know, so now I can give a persona to AI. I can simply say, you are a visionary product owner. You have built products which can be a, which started from a thought, but now are a multi-million dollar products. I need your assistance in crystallizing the above products, vision and mission. Can you take references of some of the most thoughtful vision mission statements and help me build a apt and apt product vision and mission which can resonate with my internal and external stakeholders. If you notice, when I'm prompting it, I'm also giving a lot of my thoughts, how do I want to do it. I'm also like, giving it a persona. Why? Because it's very important to give your context. And if you're unable to give a context properly, AI will not perform that well, unfortunately. So I want to ensure that I give enough context to the tool. And it's because of my context, the AI becomes more smarter. If I just put in like one line prompt, it wouldn't be able to give me the product vision and mission that I'm looking at. So I simply say, let's step number one, understand your core of the product. Step number two, learn from the best. This is thinking. What are the best vision mission statements from Slack? Make work life simpler and more pleasant and more productive. Headspace to improve health and happiness of the world. Notion, we're building future where everyone can customize software to work the way they do. It's all similar apps category, in my industry right now. Okay. to make the world happier and healthier. Now, step number three, I can basically I can simply crafting my vision and mission statement. And so simply actually telling me, okay, to redefine the future of remote work by creating a harmonious balance between productivity and well-being, empowering individuals and teams to thrive in a digital-first world. Why it works is aspirational, it's human-centric, and it's digital-first. Product mission statement. We provide a remote teams with an intelligent, engaging, and well-being focused platform that enhances productivity, fosters collaboration, and nurtures mental resilience through smart analytics and mindfulness tools and gamified experiences. Why it works is action-oriented, comprehensive, and tech and AI-driven. Step number four, I can create some resident tagline for you. Work smarter, stay balanced, thrive together. Redefining remote work with productivity and well-being in harmony. Your smart companion for healthier, happier, and more productive remote life. Right? And final thoughts why this matters because it's about internal teams, about investment partners, it's about users. You see, so now it's not just giving me a statement, it's also telling me exactly why does it really work. Right? Pretty amazing, guys. Yeah. And this is basically how I'm building my product vision, my product mission. Are we super crystal clear about what we do over here? Right. So I'm going to put prompt for product vision and product mission. Okay. I'm going to put a prompt for a few in chat box. So you simply also understand this very well as well. Okay. All right. So now this is my second task. I simply build my product vision and mission. Let's look at the next task right now. So I'm going to basically show you like about 5 tasks that I have, right? And I'm going to do all these 5 tasks using AI at this point in time. Let's take the second task. So I basically got the product vision mission done. Let's take the second one. Now let's take, I want to also, improve some stakeholder collaboration and stakeholder communication, right? Now, how do I do that? What do I do basically for this? And how can I essentially use some AI for that? Now, I'm going to use ChatGPT, for example. So just all of you must be using tools like Asana or Trello or Jira, right? But most of them, unfortunately, are not, I mean, some are AI powered, but most of them are not AI powered. So I'm going to take you to a new tool this time. This tool is called Taskade, taskade.com, right? This tool is like Jira on steroids, right? And good thing about this tool is that this tool can actually help you with a proper sprint plan, checklist before you get into a product. And it actually give you like a pretty interesting workflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply copy my product features. My first one about a product right now over here. I'm just copying my product in this scenario. Okay, digital wellness productivity app. And I'm also going to ask Taskhead to create new AI project. So I'm going to tell him, can you assist me in building a comprehensive product development plan which I can share with my stakeholders. My product is as below. Simply give a product over here, number one. Okay. And then simply say, I am planning, I have a list of features which can be developed. And I'll not probably give the entire laundry list over. I'm going to shortlist about say 3 features from here. Let's take help of AI only. I'm simply going to say, can you use a prioritization framework and just give me 4 features that I can develop from the list in the next 1 month. All right. I'm just going to take like top 4 and I was just able like I can also go to take it in, but I'm just going to use AI for everything right now. So it's basically using a RICE framework with reach, impact, confidence, and effort. And it's going to put a formula for me, a RICE score. And this is that it basically gives me like, okay, why these 4 features are perfect. It basically does a RICE calculation quickly and gives it out to me. Let's focus mode. Virtual water cooler chat. This is a good one. Let me just probably copy this. Let me open a notepad, paste it over here. Second one. Okay. The third one. All right. And the fourth one. Copy this stuff. Come back over here and say, these are my first 4 features. That's it. Don't press enter. Now I will get to work and actually prepare me an entire checklist of what should be done, how it should be done, who are my team, who are my people right now is going to do it for me, everything, right? And it's going to break down these tasks into subtasks and assist me with an entire project plan. Okay. And good thing about this, like, this is interactive in nature. So once this is built, it's still building it right now. Once this is built, I can also like, use it like a checklist. And this is a very cool tool for that. So whenever you wish to develop, like, a digital checklist, then assign it to a Jira board, or like, you want to make it into a Gantt chart. Well, you can do the same thing as well pretty easily. And yeah, and also there are various teams which are involved. I can then also assign these tasks. Let's say I create a project over here. It will make this into a project for me. Now, once it makes it into a project, then I can also like, give these things. I can also assign people. So like when I come here, let's take for example, it's my first milestone design user interface. I can simply add people. I can give a particular task. I can move it to a particular calendar. I can, tag people over here. And once it's done, I can simply just put it back and I can get things done as well. So this is like all in one tool, but it is powered with AI. That's the difference. And I can simply assign it, give a due date to it, comment on it, upload a file over here. It is just like how you normally work with any kind of project management application, but it's just powered with AI. Super cool, everybody. Yeah. Give me a SC for this to be super duper cool, right? That how AI is able to like do things pretty quickly for you, right? So no, this is not my product. This is really an open product, to be very honest. This is a free product. It's called task8.com. Okay. So I mean, you can use it for agile, you can use it for whatever you want, it's your choice. Right. I'm not pitching any product, I'm not pitching software for you right now. Now there are also times, where I do a lot of audio calls with stakeholders. I do a lot of meetings with stakeholders. I mean, when I do the meeting with stakeholders, and I get all these audio calls at my end. And sometimes you wish that, oh, like, if you got a audio recording, you got transcripts of the meeting right now, and you wish that, okay, what if I could just speak out something and I would have got, a transcript of that, and with that transcript I'm able to do meetings, or I'm able to get insights. How many guys over here wish that? So when you have an audio transcript of yours, all right, and you could have actually used that, and with that you could have done some productivity apps, right? Now, if that's your wish list, let me tell you, there's a tool for that as well. And this tool is called as TurboScribe. So TurboScribe is a very cool tool. This tool can actually help you to, convert any audio into text. And after that, it's going to help you with that. So let me give a simple example to you, right? Let's assume that I've got an audio recording over here. Okay, let me just show you audio recording. So it's a sprint call. When it's a feedback call between my client and me. And, we're just discussing about some product enhancements and all that stuff. So I simply recorded a particular call you know, um, onto my system over here. So I'm just showing you, how can you improve the communication with the stakeholder using AI tools right now. Okay, that's the entire aim. And good thing about this tool that your call can also be multilingual. So imagine somebody speaking in Spanish, you're speaking in English, or somebody speaking in Hindi,
Hello.
right? And you want to still have some software or application which can assist you with the same. There's approximately a 4-minute transcript over here.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good, Hitesh. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you so much. So let me set the agenda first. Today, my idea is to kind of give feedback on the last sprint that we had and on the feed and on the product that we're making right now. And I just need some inputs from your side, and let's see, if you can help me with it.
Well, basically, it's a simple 4-minute call. It's about a product, that we're discussing with one of the project management teams. I think I'm going to first get transcript, and then I'm going to get a minutes of meeting from this. How do I do that? So I can simply come to this tool of mine, TurboScribe. I can simply upload a file. I can simply drag and drop, and I can upload. So it's a free tool. It's not like a paid thing. Every day they give you like 3 transcripts, absolutely free. Okay, and it's a very cool tool. I use it a lot for my work currently. I simply come over here. I simply just type PM. Okay, my bad. Let me go to my documents, go to my sound recordings, go to my PM. So please format recording over here. I can choose the language was spoken in this meeting, English. And then I simply say transcribe. So now AI will read this entire audio file of mine and it'll transcribe it for me. This can also happen in Teams, by the way, or any other software as well. They give you transcript. Now, once I got the transcript, but the unfortunately the accuracy level of transcript is not that great. And they're not very sharp at having good accuracy level on that, unfortunately. But with this tool, I can do that very easily. So I simply take the transcript, put over here. This tool converts your audio into a text, and then I can use ChatGPT or any LLM to convert that thing into insights. All right. Let's look at this. How does it really work? So simply let this happen. And that's how in a minute I got the entire transcript done for my entire call. See, it's perfect. And you can also listen to it as well. So when I click over here,
I think we got some good progress coming over here. But there's some issues with data accuracy. Sometimes I've been complaining about data accuracy.
I mean, you can also listen to it as well. That's a very cool thing. How many of us found this to be time saver? Your time is completely saved. And this is like a big boom. Give me a TS, found this to be like super cool and like you actually are seeing it. This is like huge time saving. So today, imagine if if you're in a physical meeting, right, and you want to do some things, you can do that very quickly over here. Now, unfortunately, somebody asking about data privacy. That's the biggest concern, right? Now, see, these are all like freemium tools. So the free version obviously can't touch data privacy. You have to get a paid version from data privacy and all that stuff. And you can also build his own tool, and you can build this tool on your own if you have a ChatGPT API with you. So I've also built a similar tool of my own as well. I wish I can do that, to be very honest. But I'm showing you all freely available open source tools for this at this point in time. So once I've done this, I can simply copy this entire transcript from here. I go to ChatGPT. Once I go to ChatGPT, I'm going to say, okay, I want you to act like a professional note taker and assist me with a step by step, assist me with a logical and methodical MOM and give me some action points. Okay, that's it. You can paste the transcript over here, press enter, and then AI will read this entire thing for you quickly and actually give you a perfect middle meeting. So you can put dates, put time, put attendees, put agenda for the meeting, what actually happened, what discussion points were taken in the meeting, all with unstructured data, raw data, turning into insights in front of you guys, right? And this is basically for a smartwatch project that I had, right, which I was discussing with one of my clients, and with this, and I want to like simply put get some feedback on the smartwatch product, and I want to also like improve the accuracy with monitoring on the wellness app. And see, as action point tells me, okay, get more specific data, and there's an inaccuracy over here. Who's the owner of that? What's the deadline? What's the status? Beyond any common issues, who is the owner? The deadline? What's the status? Right? We can also get some external help to improve the predictive modeling of the tool and all. So give you the entire minutes and click of a jiffy, right? So you can actually improve your stakeholder meetings a lot, and you can do that very easily. So see, my aim is to just open up your minds. Now, if you want to take it to your organizations, obviously you have to build something internally with your end, but it's possible to build something up. It's not impossible to build it. Like to give you an example to you, but just in case people are very curious on, how to make it more data secure, data private. So when you want to make something data private, you can start building your own applications as well, right? Powered by AI. Since you're in the product management field, you've got developers with you, right? So you can also get a developer and you can build something in-house, to be very honest, to do things as well. I'll just show you something which is a combination. So now I did about 2 steps. I'm using anything, I'm doing everything open source at this point in time. But if I really wanted, I could have also build something up. So this is a tool that I have built in-house, using AI tools only. And what I've done over here basically is whatever I did in 2, 3 steps over here, I'm going to do the same thing in one step. I simply upload a recording over here. My tool transcribes it for me. So I simply just take the recording, I upload the recording. And this is all data secured there because I don't have to worry about data security in this case because everything is happening on my local host, on my local server. I can listen to the recording over here. It gives me a transcript automatically. And at the backend, I feed it prompts. I feed it, I put APIs to AI tools. I mean, other AI tools. I put one API to a transcription engine, transcribing for me, same which TurboScribe uses right now. And when transcription is done, I'm also basically then this transcription goes to Chat GPT automatically. And Chat GPT can analyze the transcript for me automatically and give me all the positive, negative aspects spoken in the call right now. Right. And what could have got spoken, what could be improved. See, meeting insights, what went well, what did not go well in the meeting, what could have improved further, everything. And it's like a rough prototype. I just build a POC over here. The point I'm trying to make is that whatever I'm showing you, you can ultimately build a product of it and you can actually, like get it in-house as well. Right. But you can actually build products all by yourself. It's not that difficult in today's day and age when you're building things for yourself right now. Pretty amazing. And this is data secured, no worry about data privacy, can build it in-house, everything is data secured, everything is in the pipeline, you can do all that stuff very, very easily. Yeah. All right. Okay. This is what a query widget. Okay, so you can actually like automate stuff over here. Yeah. Fun should be amazing, guys. Give me an A on chatbot. Fun should be super amazing. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, this is second one of how to improve stakeholders. Let's go to the third one. Okay. The third. Let's take now. I want to leverage AI for product backlog prioritization and optimization currently. Okay, let's just simply do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my transcript only from here. Okay. What I simply got from the discussion on top. I'm simply going to say, okay, based on the discussion about, I have a couple of backlogs on the products, couple of backlogs pending, which is this is a product which I have, which is for a smartwatch and a health tracker. And I think that I've got about 4 backlogs with me. My first backlog basically is improving the accuracy of a diabetes tracker. Number two, improving the UI of the smartwatch. Number three, add a feature related to digital wellness and employee well-being. And number four, I also want to basically ensure that we have implemented oxygen level tracking. Okay, let me just say we implemented what we call is, let's take let me think of a good feature that might be a backlog in this. Okay, anyways, let's take SO2 tracking. Okay, I have 2 UI designers, 3 backend engineers, and 2 front-end engineers. I want to plan this in next 3 weeks. Help me with backlog prioritization. And I could also give I could also basically give my further context to be very honest. But once I simply do this, what's going to happen is, it's going to give me a simply sprint of 3 weeks right now. Understand my team structure, understand my resource allocation. Basis that, it'll tell me like, it's going to use a Moscow method over here. And see, AI is so smart. I don't give any methodology to him, but it kind of picked up one on its own. But if I have better context of my product, I can even put that context over here with a prompt. And because of that prompt, I should be able to build a very comprehensive sprint plan. And once my sprint plan is built, I can simply then also put this into a date, and I can also basically build a Gantt chart with it as well, all using AI. So this will give me a responsibility, team allocation, resource allocation. I mean, imagine how much time will get saved. Suppose if I ask him, okay, can you now put deadlines, and my project starts from tomorrow, 14th Feb, exclude weekends. And then, it's going to basically give me a sprint plan, and it's going to give me like a table for the same as well. Once I've got that, then I can also ask AI to give me a Gantt chart with it. And then it'll also basically give me a Gantt chart as well. This is the above. Can you help me with a Gantt chart? This can happen. And this is only available in ChatGPT 4 Omni. Okay. And basically, I mean, yeah, since I'm just showing you a little prototype, it's not actually a proper sprint plan. But I'm just because see, I've limited time, I only have like 1 hour to show things to you. But typically, I'm saying that if you really give enough data, enough context, it'll be able to do things for you very quickly. So I would say focus on the prompt and methodology of things. And then, when you kind of come to the main program, you can do this in great detail. But the idea basically is that, I mean, everything is about only two things. It's about writing good prompts, giving enough context, and it's about automating your mundane tasks. So whatever mundane tasks you're spending a huge amount of time on. And then you can also suppose something is not right in this plan, then you can also decide to give some further context and actually build things up for yourself as well. So the idea is that you will be able to only use this tool better when you're giving enough data and enough context to it. If you're not giving enough data, enough context to it, this tool is of no use. It's the same concept of Gigo and a FIFO, which I explained about, right? But you see, it's able to at least automate most of your mundane tasks over here. So this is your second task. Okay. Third task, basically, which is about your, leveraging AI for your backlog prioritization and all. Now, the next thing that I want to do basically over here essentially is that now I want to use data for better decision making. Now imagine that I've got some feedback from my customers. Let's take a simple data set over here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take a simple data set of mine. It's a dummy data set. It's a hypothetical data. It's not real data, to be very honest. But it's the data that I have. This is basically what we call as it's not a data which is quantitative. This is just data which is actually just qualitative in nature currently, right? It's only a view only thing. Okay, my bad. Now, if you had to get insight from this data, this feedback on your, it's a qualitative feedback on, on your product, which is related to your usage duration, usage frequency, most used feature, feature accuracy, what people are not happy with right now. If you had to go through all of these data, which is qualitative in nature, and get insights from here, how much time will you take approximately? How much time will you take for doing this? Give me a number on chat box. How much time will you take? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours? How much time will it take? 1 hour, more than 4 hours, right? Now I'm going to use a free version of AI for doing so. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how do I do that. So I'm going to take this simple. So in the free version, obviously you cannot take the entire data set and you can put it. Sorry, in the paid version, you can do this very easily. But in the free version of ChatGPT, you can't do this, unfortunately. So what you can do is you can simply take this data and I can simply throw an error to using that it's out of memory, right? Important parts when you're using any free version. When you're using a paid version, it's very easy to do things over here. So I'm simply going to come over here. I'm going to go to my ChatGPT. And then I'm going to simply upload this data onto over there. I'm going to just copy paste some raw data over here. And after I do that, I'm going to ask him to give me insights and give me two things. Give me what are positive and what are negatives and give me in table format. So the idea is that no matter how big a data is, PDF copy, it can be a insight, it can be a survey, right? I simply say, okay, I want you to look at the below data and help me with what are the positives and negatives from it and build a simple table for me after you have gone through this data set, right? Simply paste this data, press enter. And nobody give your data to it, no matter how unstructured it is, AI can read this in a fraction of seconds and give you basically for every particular category of product right now, what are the positives people spoke about it, what are the negatives people spoke about it, and can categorize the data for you in a very, very easy fashion. What are the missing features, what are the desired features, what are the recommendation of people, what are the most liked features right now, what are the features to improve at this point in time, what are the additional comments people are making over here, and also give you a quick summary of all of these things in a fraction of seconds, guys. How many guys over here think this can be huge, huge, huge time saver for you right now, right? Give me a TS on chat box, just a huge time saver. So no matter how big your data is, AI can simply read it, analyze it, figure out things for you, and give you a crisp analysis on that at lightning speed right now. And that's one of the very cool things about AI at this point in time. So what is the biggest use case of any generative AI tool? The biggest use case is that it can actually help you with knowledge management. So your knowledge can be anything. Your knowledge can be a document, a PDF, a survey report, whatever you call it. AI can read that quickly and can give you some analysis on that, right? When you're using a paid version, you can take a larger data set and you can analyze on that. When you're using a freer version, you have to simply give data in parts. But once I've done that, I can simply ask it to go previously and I can ask it to refer to it automatically. Not only I can do this, but let's take for example that if my data, which I'm using currently, is qualitative in nature, right? I can also simply use it. I can do some data analysis as well. Let me show you some interesting example. If I have some data which is quantitative in nature right now, okay. So this is the data which is quantitative in nature. But let's take for example, I want to make some quick data analysis. I want to make some quick reports, some quick charts and graphs on it right now. How do I do that? I'm going to download this data first of all. This can only happen in the premium versions of AI. This can't really happen in the free versions of AI, unfortunately. And I can go to one of my premium accounts of tools like ChatGPT or Claude. I can upload this data and I can simply say, can you analyze this data for me and help me with relevant insights in the form of graphs, charts, data points, which can help me improve my product. And then AI will do the hard work for you. I don't have to know Excel or data analysis or data visualization tools like Power BI and all. So when you're using a quantitative report, AI can use Python and can simply analyze the entire data for me automatically and give you a quick dashboard, help you understand, what is the distribution of data sets right now, also give you some key insights about your primary use cases, most common issued experiences, most requested features right now, and give you a quantitative report on that. Now imagine if you make this report manually, how much time will you take? But with this, you're able to do things at a very, very cool, very, very cool, and very, very fast pace. Did you guys find this to be super duper amazing? Give me a quick yes on chat box to be super duper amazing, right? And this, my friends, is a big bad world of AI, right? So technically, I can tell you a lot, but because of the positive time, you know, I have to stop it over here. But technically, you can do these five things very easily. So number one, and you can actually use AI for when you are giving context, you can start developing better products, better product vision for you. Number two, you can start improving stakeholder communication by using some cool AI tools. Number three, you can use AI for backlog prioritization, optimization. Number four, you'll be able to use it for better decision making as well. And number five, you can also basically use it for qualitative or quantitative surveys, to be very honest, right? So really, if you see, we're living in one of the most interesting time in this entire planet. Today's time, I would say, babies are born on the internet. The funny part is machines are learning and humans are hooked on cell phones. But the idea is that if you start using AI, you start leveraging AI to increase your productivity, automate your mundane task, and use focus in your strategic aspects over here, you will be able to make some great products in the future, right? And this is exactly what I had today. And let me also tell you one more thing. That a lot of people now fear AI tools. But let me tell you, your biggest fear is not an AI tool. Your biggest fear is the people who know AI better than you. The only request is to get upskilled on AI, understand, of what things actually happen, right? And most importantly, get things done. All right. So now with this note, I'll hand over back to the upgrad team, and then they can, look at things from that perspective. Yeah. So Ritika, I guess over to you.
Thanks a lot, Hitesh.
So I got a question for you. DeepSeek instead of ChatGPT. So DeepSeek is more smarter. It's got better reasoning ability. GPT is still great. I wouldn't say GPT is very bad, but both are comparable. The idea is to A/B test it, to be very honest. If the A/B test it, you'll be able to do a better job at it. Yeah. Tuang. Yeah, Hitika, over to you.
Okay, team, I would request you to please share the presentation once again. In the interim, thank you so much, Hitesh. It was a super powerful session. Great